In the world of politics and fame, family moments often become public spectacles, with every move magnified for the world to see. The Trump family has always been in the spotlight, but behind the glamorous exterior lies a web of personal challenges and relationships. This story focuses on a surprising moment that revealed a rare glimpse into the dynamics between Melania, Donald, and their son Barron. Melania's disappointment with Barron's actions led to an unexpected conflict with Donald, sparking reactions that captivated the public. But what Melania did next left everyone stunned. Let's uncover what really happened behind the headlines. Barron Trump, as the youngest member of the Trump family, has always been under the spotlight, a unique position for any teenager. This time, his actions managed to spark an unexpected controversy. It began with a decision or behavior that may have seemed minor at first. Perhaps a public comment, a social media post, or even an incident at an official event. Regardless of its nature, the context magnified the situation, as anything connected to the Trump name often does. Observers noted that Barron's actions, while typical for someone his age, carried significant consequences due to the immense public scrutiny surrounding his family. The reaction was swift. Media outlets picked up the story, and public opinion became divided. Supporters rushed to defend Barron as a regular teenager navigating an extraordinary life, while critics pounced on the incident as evidence of poor judgment. For Melania, the incident wasn't just about Barron. It was about family values, discipline, and maintaining a unified public image. Known for her strict parenting style and desire to shield Barron from unnecessary media attention, she reportedly viewed his behavior as disappointing and uncharacteristic of the high standards she expected. Donald, however, appeared more indifferent to the issue, brushing it off as teenage antics and suggesting it wasn't worth the attention it was receiving. His laid-back attitude clashed with Melania's more serious approach, creating a palpable tension between the couple. Sources close to the family suggested that Melania felt her concerns were dismissed, leading her to take matters into her own hands. Barron himself was caught in the middle, trying to navigate the fallout of his actions and the growing rift between his parents. His demeanor during this time became a point of interest, with the public speculating on how the young Trump was handling the intense scrutiny. The disagreement over Barron's actions brought to light a deeper divide in Donald and Melania's parenting styles and highlighted the pressures of being a teenager in one of the most high-profile families in the world. What began as a seemingly minor incident quickly escalated into a moment of family tension and public intrigue, setting the stage for Melania's surprising next move. Donald Trump, known for his unapologetic and straightforward approach, responded to the controversy surrounding Barron with characteristic nonchalance. While Melania took Barron's actions seriously, seeing them as a reflection of their family values and public image, Donald viewed the situation differently. To him, Barron's behavior was simply a part of growing up, a minor issue blown out of proportion by the media and public. In private discussions, Donald reportedly downplayed the incident, even joking about it in his usual larger-than-life manner. He believed that shielding Barron from undue criticism was more important than dissecting his actions, emphasizing the relentless scrutiny the Trump family faced. His approach was a stark contrast to Melania's, who saw this as an opportunity to reinforce boundaries and ensure Barron understood the consequences of his actions. Publicly, Donald's response was equally telling. During interviews and appearances, he brushed off questions about the incident with humor or deflection, often shifting the focus back to his accomplishments or the unfair treatment his family received. To his supporters, this attitude was refreshing and protective, a father standing firm for his son. However, critics saw it as dismissive, a refusal to acknowledge the importance of accountability. Behind closed doors, this difference in perspectives created tension between Donald and Melania. She felt her concerns were being undermined, while he believed she was overreacting to an issue that didn't warrant such gravity. Friends of the couple reportedly noticed the strain as Melania's frustration grew over what she perceived as Donald's lack of support. This clash wasn't just about parenting, it was a reflection of their broader dynamic as a couple. Melania's preference for privacy and discipline often conflicted with Donald's public bravado and more relaxed approach. Their differing reactions highlighted a fundamental divide in how they navigated challenges as parents and public figures. As the situation unfolded, the contrast between Donald's casual dismissal and Melania's serious stance became a focal point of media coverage. It left many wondering, would this disagreement escalate further, or could they find a way to present a united front for Baron's sake? The stage was set for Melania's next move, one that would shift the narrative entirely. After weeks of simmering tension between her and Donald regarding Baron's actions, Melania made a decision that left everyone stunned. She chose to take matters into her own hands, stepping away from the typical role of a silent partner and instead becoming a vocal force in shaping the narrative. Realizing that her concerns were not being fully acknowledged, Melania took an unprecedented step. She organized a private meeting with Baron to address the issue head-on. This wasn't just another conversation about manners or discipline. It was a deep and heartfelt discussion about personal values, family reputation, and the importance of making responsible choices, especially under public scrutiny. This bold move was a departure from the image Melania had carefully crafted over the years, a composed, reserved figure in the background. She was no longer content to simply stand by and let Donald's perspective dominate. Instead, she took an active role in guiding Baron, ensuring that he understood the gravity of his actions and the potential consequences on the family's public image. Melania's meeting with Baron was not just a maternal conversation. It was a strategic maneuver. She knew that if she didn't act, the media's portrayal of the Trump family could spiral out of control. By confronting the issue privately with Baron, she sent a message that she was in control of the narrative, protecting both her son and her family's reputation. In addition to the private conversation, Melania made a public statement, expressing her concerns about the importance of maintaining integrity and responsibility. While she didn't directly call out Donald, her words clearly contrasted with his more relaxed approach. She subtly addressed the matter, reinforcing the values she held dear, and her role as a mother who would always stand up for her children, regardless of the pressures surrounding them. This bold move caught the media's attention and quickly became the focal point of the next round of news coverage. The public was captivated by the apparent division between Donald's casual approach and Melania's fierce protective instincts. It sparked a debate about the role of the First Lady, the expectations placed on her, and how personal matters within the Trump family were playing out in the public eye. Melania's decisive actions not only sent a strong message to Baron, but also positioned her as a force to be reckoned with, both as a mother and as a public figure. It was a clear signal that she would not let her family's reputation be tarnished without stepping in to protect it, even if that meant going against her husband's wishes. The bold actions Melania took to address the situation with Baron set off a ripple effect that reverberated through both her family and the public sphere. Her decision to act decisively sparked varied reactions, some supportive and others critical, but it undoubtedly marked a significant moment in the Trump family's dynamic. Within the Trump household, reactions to Melania's bold move were mixed. Donald, initially taken aback by her public and private stance, struggled to understand why Melania felt the need to address Baron's actions so directly. He had always been the more hands-off parent, believing that Baron would learn from his own mistakes. Melania, on the other hand, was far more proactive, unwilling to let what she perceived as a lapse in judgment slide by unaddressed. This clash of parenting styles, Donald's more relaxed approach versus Melania's more hands-on protective instincts, became a point of tension between the couple. However, Melania's actions were not entirely without support within the family. Baron, perhaps unexpectedly, appreciated his mother's guidance. Although initially resistant to her intervention, he later expressed gratitude for her stern yet loving approach. For Baron, it became clear that his mother had his best interests at heart, not just in terms of public image, but also his personal growth and character development. Donald, despite his initial reluctance, began to see the wisdom in Melania's actions. The situation forced him to reconsider his approach, realizing that while his style of parenting might work for certain aspects of Baron's life, his wife's more protective, grounded perspective was necessary in this case. It was a turning point for both parents, as they found themselves reevaluating their roles in Baron's upbringing. As Melania's actions made headlines, the public's reaction was swift and intense. For many, her bold stance was a refreshing change from the often passive role typically expected of first ladies. Melania's proactive involvement in her son's life presented her as a more independent, strong-willed figure who would not let family matters slip into the shadows of political fame. She was seen by some as a mother fiercely protecting her child, while others criticized her for undermining Donald's authority as the head of the family. The media coverage painted Melania as a strong, assertive first lady who was willing to take matters into her own hands, signaling that she would not just play the role of the dutiful wife, but also be an influential force in her family's dynamics. Her actions became a topic of debate. Was Melania challenging Donald's authority, or was she simply acting in the best interest of her child, as any mother would? In contrast, there were those who viewed her actions with skepticism, suggesting that her intervention could be seen as an attempt to create distance from Donald and his political persona. Critics questioned whether Melania was overstepping her bounds in her desire to shape Baron's future, while supporters lauded her for her dedication to her son's welfare. The media played a crucial role in amplifying the ripple effect of Melania's actions. The narrative quickly evolved from a personal family matter to a larger cultural discussion about the role of mothers in the public eye. Headlines from various outlets weighed in on her decision to take charge of Baron's actions, and the topic dominated social media platforms. Supporters rallied behind her, applauding her for standing firm, while detractors used her actions to criticize her marriage to Donald and her decision-making as First Lady. The media frenzy surrounding the incident ultimately contributed to an ongoing debate about family privacy. Melania's bold intervention in Baron's actions not only affected her immediate family, but also had a profound impact on her public image. It reinforced her reputation as a mother who would do anything to protect her son, even if it meant standing apart from Donald's more laid-back approach. Public and media reactions were polarized, but one thing was certain: Melania had solidified her position as a powerful, independent figure in the Trump family, one who was willing to take matters into her own hands when it came to family and values. This moment would remain etched in the public's mind as a defining episode in her life. Melania's bold actions in the face of Baron's missteps, along with the family dynamics that followed, imparted crucial lessons in parenting and family unity. This moment wasn't just about how a mother stood up for her son. It was about how parents can find balance, respect one another's styles, and navigate the challenges of raising children in the public eye. One of the key lessons from this incident is the importance of recognizing and respecting differing parenting styles within a family. Donald Trump's approach, often more hands-off and focused on independence, was at odds with Melania's more protective and engaged style. However, this clash did not result in a breakdown of communication, but rather encouraged a deeper understanding of each other's values as parents. The conflict between their differing approaches was not a failure, but rather a stepping stone toward finding common ground. Donald's realization that Melania's proactive involvement was beneficial for Baron taught him the value of balance in parenting. While independence is important, there are times when children need firm guidance and protection, especially in challenging moments. Melania's actions demonstrated the importance of being present and engaged in your child's life, regardless of their age. She knew that her role as a mother went beyond public appearances, and that it was vital to take responsibility for the emotional and psychological well-being of her child, particularly in moments of difficulty. The situation underscored the fact that parenting is an evolving process. What works at one stage of a child's life may not be effective during another. Another powerful lesson from this incident was the importance of family unity, even when tensions run high. Despite their differing views on parenting, both Donald and Melania eventually found common ground, prioritizing Baron's well-being over personal differences. This unity, especially during a time of public scrutiny, sent a strong message to the public that even when families face challenges, they can come together to support one another. The lesson in parenting was not about one person being right or wrong. It was about understanding that every family has its unique challenges, and it's the love, respect, and understanding shared between family members that ultimately leads to growth and healing. In the end, this episode wasn't just about a mother stepping up to defend her son. It was a powerful reminder that successful parenting requires flexibility, communication, and an understanding that children need different kinds of support at different times. The Trump family's experience shows that even in the face of public pressure, it's the strength of family unity and the ability to learn from one another that creates a foundation for success and happiness. The incident involving Melania, Donald, and Baron serves as a powerful reminder that parenting, especially in the public eye, is never simple. This episode demonstrated that every family has its challenges, and while conflicts may arise, they can also be opportunities for growth, understanding, and deeper connections. Melania's bold actions in defending Baron and her efforts to keep the family united were not just about parenting, but about showing the world the importance of standing up for what you believe in, even when it's difficult. It highlighted the importance of respecting each other's roles in the family and realizing that different parenting styles can complement one another to create a nurturing environment for children. As the Trump family navigated these challenges, they not only showed resilience but also displayed the power of family unity. Ultimately, this situation was more than just a headline. It was a lesson in how love, respect, and communication within a family can overcome even the toughest moments. In the end, it was a testament to the fact that no matter the circumstances, families can come together and support one another, strengthening their bonds in the process.